Number 1. During the jumping rope game. Behind the scenes, the dolls' upper bodies and even the rope weren't really there. It was all added later with CGI. To make it work, the players were given a beep sound as a signal, so they could jump in sync with the rope that would be added later. But in one scene, if you look closely, you can clearly see some players miss the jump, and the rope still passes through them like nothing happened. Number 2, during the cat and mouse hide-and-seek game. We can clearly see that player 388 gets injured by a knife on the back of his leg. But later, when Gi-hun kills him, the wound looks like it has moved down to his ankle. The strange thing is, we never actually see when or how he got injured there, since it was never shown on screen. Anyway, this scene is really... Mistake number 3. In Squid Game, some players were shown again even after they had already been eliminated. This happened because the show reused crowd and background shots to make the games look more full. Filming with hundreds of extras is expensive, so instead of reshooting every scene, the editors recycled some footage, which accidentally brought back players who were already dead. Want to know some of the players that used the revive button? Well, just press the like button. So first you can see this girl here. Mark her number 119. She already made it far to the hide-and-seek game, but she actually dies way back in Season 2 during the first game, green light, red light. You can clearly see her moving, which means she definitely got shot. But that's not all. Beside her, there's another player, mark his number 406. You can clearly see him getting shot here, but in the round game, he appears again when he pushes Gi-hun's friend. If you think this nigger gave up respawning here, you are wrong. 'Cause during the scene where the players were killing each other in the dorm while the lights were off, you can see this guy getting stabbed multiple times. Yeah, it's very dark, but if you look closely, the last number on the back of his shirt is a 6. And here you can see the first numbers are 4 and 0. So together, his full number is 406. Yeah, the same guy again. Bro, you are not the main character. Just die already. Mistake number 4. In Season 2, Episode 1, Gi-hun is having a nightmare. In the dream, he opens the door and sees the front man holding the heads of Sang-woo and the former player 6-7.
6-7.
Okay, sure, it's just a dream. But here's the problem. Gi-hun has never actually seen the front man, not even once. Remember, when he won the Squid Game, he was unconscious and his eyes were covered with a blindfold. The front man only dropped him off, but Gi-hun never saw his face, not even with the mask on. Mistake 5. When the players turned against the guards, grabbed their weapons, and started fighting back but eventually failed. All the dead bodies were later hanged on the stairs. We can even see Gi-hun's friend among them. But here's the thing. Why didn't Gi-hun notice that player 001, the front man, wasn't up there? Shouldn't he have been surprised that his Pookie Patootie is missing? Anyway, number 6. When Gi-hun was depressed and crying, because they didn't kill him too. We see here that he grabs the guard's gun and points it at his own head, asking the guard to shoot. But the guard doesn't do it. Of course he wouldn't dare, because the front man had already threatened all the guards to never hurt his daddy Gi-hun. Anyway, Gi-hun then moves his hand to the trigger and literally presses it. You can even hear the click sound.
Do it!
But even if he didn't fully press it, you can clearly see that Gi-hun had the whole day to pull the trigger on himself, and yet he didn't. Honestly, it would have been way more realistic if he actually tried to fire and the guard pushed him away. But this? Nah. It just makes it look like Gi-hun didn't really want to die at all. Number 7. The moment when the salesman dies and is lying there on the couch. Did you notice this? If you look closely, you can actually see his eye open just a little. Dude, are we serious right now? But it was just a small mistake that just slipped through. By the way, the Russian roulette scene has to be one of the best moments in Squid Game. The tension, the atmosphere, and especially the salesman's acting. It was just on another level. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to watching more movies or series where this actor shows up. Do you guys have any recommendations? If you know other projects with him, drop them down in the comments. Mistake number 8. If you look at Gi-hun before he joins the Squid Game, you'll notice he has a little mustache, right? But the moment he wakes up inside the games, suddenly he's clean shaven. Like, what happened? Did the game organizers decide to give him a free shave while he was unconscious? It doesn't really make sense. I'm pretty sure the frontman is the one who wanted Gi-hun to be shaven to look more cute. Mistake 9. One of the biggest problems in Squid Game is how the prize money is handled. The show tells us that every time a contestant dies, more money gets added to the piggy bank. But here's the thing. The math doesn't really add up. In some episodes, the number of deaths and the amount of money added don't perfectly match. It feels like the writers focused more on the drama than keeping the calculations consistent. For example, before the hide-and-seek game, they announced that there were 60 players left. But after the game, they suddenly claimed that 110 players were eliminated and only 25 remained. The math doesn't just fail, it completely collapses. Mistake number 10. During the rebellion fight between the players and the guard. In one scene, if you look closely, you can spot the cameraman. And that's it for today's breakdown, and don't get me wrong, the show is still amazing, but no series is completely perfect. So hit that goddamn subscribe button and tell us, which of these mistakes surprised you the most? Or did you catch something I didn't mention? Drop it in the comments. Bye.